Hey, peace. What's up, everyone? This is Ilmatical, broadcasting live and direct from the motherland, or the other motherland, Asia, Southeast Asia, deep in the heart of Vietnam. So, my video today is aimed at women who consider themselves black, African, African American, Caribbean, um, Afro Latino, and these women getting involved with Asian men. Personally, I'm all for it. Um, I think so. Like a number of women have hit me up regarding like they were planning on going to China and doing some teaching. Um, so let me just share my experience that I had while I was in China. When I was in China, I was actually working on an article regarding expat dating. Now for the guys, it's usually easier because what happens is they would go to China, and what happens is you more than often most guys wind up dating Chinese women and not dating any of the expat women. And the expat women are usually the ones who find themselves in China, I'm saying, in China, who found some kind of difficulty while dating. And this isn't, the majority of these women were European. The sisters that I did talk to, she was from Canada briefly, and I met another sister from Brooklyn, but they had both. The sister from Canada, her experience was better in China because what she did was she learned the language and she concentrated on making friends. Um, and she was able to, I think she had some successful relationships before we had talked. But again, I'm making this video mainly also because on YouTube the other day there was this Asian, I think it was on World Star, this Asian guy was talking about, do Asian guys don't like black women, which is complete bullshit. Um, you're gonna have traditional guys who are in. Now I've had Chinese guys ask me a lot about black women, especially when I was in China. Like the guys I would so our friendships with, they're very interested, they're curious. So don't think that they don't like you. And a lot of the guys who are in the United States who are quote unquote Asian, you know, they're interested. Trust me, they like beauty, and they definitely are attracted to good women. So, and I think sisters will win with certain Asian guys because one of the things I learned with Asian guys, when I travel, I try to learn from different cultures. Asian guys, in my opinion, especially out here, especially I think more Chinese guys more than anything else, they have standards, and it's not even about standards of looks or so forth. It's just like certain standards that they have, and they're gonna stick by them, and they don't deviate from that. Um, they're very serious about having certain kind of standards in their lives. Um, the other thing is that I would encourage any sisters who are dating, who are trying to come out here, who are trying to date, who are dating like Asian men, any quote unquote black women who are in Asia. There are times you may receive or have like some behavior, and you may think it's racism. Like you may talk to a guy and his mother's like, I don't want you talking to this woman, and you're like, oh, you're devastated. She's like, oh, she don't like me because I'm black. And what's happening is Asian people are kind of like that with each other. Like here in Vietnam, like a person from Ho Chi Minh, their parents were like, I don't want you talking to somebody from Hanoi. They're like that here. And Vietnamese people, I see Vietnamese people beef with each other like that. It is that serious. Like, or don't even get me started with Japan and China. Don't even let me get started with them, or don't let me get started between Hong Kong and mainland China. They're not a monolithic group. So again, if you come out here, be patient and understand, understand the culture first. They are interested in you, but dating out here is going to be a little bit more difficult. And I explained some of the problems I had when I was in Beijing. One of the biggest problems I had, like getting to know some of the Chinese girls. Now, in the southern part of China, relationships with Africans or African American men is a little bit more ubiquitous. Whereas in the northern part, where I was in Beijing, the women were still getting accustomed to it, and it's a little more common now. But one guy had told me, it's aside from like the NBA and stuff, a lot of the women didn't have a visual reference. for Asian women and African or African American men. I think more Asian men are gonna start getting adjusted to it, and you just have to be patient. Like I said, there's no movies or anything like that. There's not enough. But again, I think you'll win with a lot of Asian guys. I think they're, especially if they're like traditional, if they come from a traditional culture, and they studied abroad because they're gonna have the experience, Western experience, like studying outside the country. But they're gonna the traditional culture. If they hold on, especially if they're like the Chinese, they're really devoted to their families, and like they have this kind of concept in China where they worship their children. So like that's a rock star quality, really. So like I said, again, I think sisters will win out in Asia. I think more sisters should come out here from wherever, as long as you got your stuff together and just be patient and enjoy, and build your own reality instead of letting other people build yours. All right, peace.